Sometimes, if I sleep and I say I wake up, I will give God the glory. Because not be everybody will sleep, now you wake up. Sometimes again, if I sleep and I wake up, see Nigeria and I see the aye. Nigeria will not keep us in. For Yoruba again. Jawawa Afa Ayako. Edako to your long Awala de Bufunio. Jawa lady. Governor new, I be commissioner, I be minister, I be president in Okwa. To your long. Enter petrol. Like a military. I'm a waiter. Let me go back to grammar. Because Popsy paid for grammar. Ige, are you there?
I'm here.
During the reign of General Sani Abacha, rest in peace, RIP, fuel price was at 12 naira per liter. And we felt the man to be a military ruler. Fine, he was a military ruler as an head of state. But fuel price was at 12 naira per liter. The way that they export them inside now, neither they export them that time.
Exactly.
Why? This thing called the carry weight. Nothing called the losing anywhere again. To your long. I never changed my name. My name now Moriri Rebila Lawal. I come in pidgin with various languages from my mother tongue. All the same. Aki you eku kale eku ro. How was your night? And bao ni shala fiani. Today shall remain blissful in Jesus' name. Again,
okay, Morire, I want to thank you once again for the intro you came in with. And that is a big question we are asking our viewers and at the same time the federal government of Nigeria. And to corroborate with your song, I want to sing or remind our viewers about the question that Sonny Okosu asked then in the song when he said, which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go?
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Our leaders, which way to go? Let's hit it up. I'm having a punch principal with me this morning, and it's going to be a very smooth ride. On the very top left, I have a story. Nigeria loses 249 billion naira in July as oil output drops. CBN loan to manufacturers, aviation firms rise to 5.6 trillion naira. Going to Niger, I don't know what's happening in Niger these days. ECOWAS rejects junta's 3-year transition plan. It means the juntas that took over power by removing their president, their democratically elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, they are telling or they've told ECOWAS that yes, they plan to have their own ruling transition plan for 3 years before they can hand over power to democratically ruler, either Mohamed Bazoum or someone else. Now, to the major part of the politics paper this morning, FG prioritizes economy, security as ministers take oath today. It means many of those ministerial lists sent to the Senate by the president shall have their oath of office today. Then the next one, farmers abandon farms, 23, Sokoto, Zamfara, KB, LG's under bandits, all because of insecurity in Nigeria. When? That song of Sonny Okosun, late Sonny Okosun, is still asking questions. Sometimes it could be rhetorical because yes, you will never find an answer to it.
Exactly.
Next one, NDLEA recovers 4.8 billion naira drugs from wanted billionaires' Lagos warehouse. Aside this story, I learned that NDLEA also picked up a bag with tramadol, very huge when it changes to naira. And again, the last one again from the Punch newspaper, have miscreant traders take over multi-million naira Lagos bus stops. And the last one again, I have a picture that is having about 8 pictures of former governors. The very one with the black face cap, Nyesom Wike, signing, that's accepting whatever has gone between the Senate and him during the ministerial questioning and going through screening. Then also former Zamfara State Governor, former Plateau State Governor, and some others that I can understand their names. Okay, if I can check very well, I have La Long, then I have David Umahi, then I have Ade John, then I have another name as Alake, yes, and I have Kiyamo, Festus Kiyamo, who used to be a state minister during the time of President Muhammadu Buhari. Then I have Baleru in the picture. Then lastly is Uyesom Wike. These are the stories on the Punch newspaper today. These ministers again, I have the 8 of them here.
Okay.
Uyesom Wike, he performed. He performed. Even as an opposition to APC, he served as a governor in River State as a PDP governor. Now he's under the APC-led administration in Nigeria as a minister. Do you think, Ige, from your own thoughts, that yes, Uyesom Wike is definitely going to bring back those templates he used as a governor in River State to Abuja? I learned that he is a minister representing Minister of, I think from FCT, Minister of FCT, if I can put it that way. So far the information goes. Do you think Wike can replicate that and other ministers who scaled through by bowing to the Senate before being confirmed as ministers to be?
Well, Moriri, once again, I say good morning to all our viewers. I believe and I want to concur with some of the things you said. But looking at the antecedent of Wike, I think Wike is a qualified candidate. And I believe that, if you look at some of the things he did while he was the governor of Rivers State, he did a lot as at then. And when you look at the political antecedents of Wike, I think he knows some of the areas where the problem is. But the only area I think I will want to be having some little jittery is for the fact that Wike has been taken to a different terrain now, the Federal Capital Territory. But looking at it, if we want to look at Nigeria as an entity, I don't think there should be a clamor or an issue appointing somebody from Edo State to be a governor or minister in another state. But what will be the reaction of the people from the northern parts? Because a lot of people have been saying that, okay, why would President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appoint somebody from the Niger Delta to be the minister of the FCT or things like that? I could recall, if you look at when Malam Nasiru El-Rufai was the minister of Federal Capital Territory, a lot of transformation took place despite the fact that he came from Kaduna State. We saw a lot of projects that were carried out then. But I think if Wike can be given the chance, I believe it's going to translate a lot into reality.
Fine and good. I support your opinion, and it truly shows that yes, Wike is fit to assume that position the president wants him to become as a minister of FCT. Now, the next one I'd like to talk about before I allow you to go through the newspaper you have. When are we going to have rest in Nigeria when it comes to unknown gunmen, habitual act of killing people? Pandemonium as gunmen kill retired policeman wife in Imo. Now, my question to all our viewers and lovers of BGI TV Current, it is our YouTube handle where you can go, click on it, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, select option all to have access to all of our broadcasts that comes daily. Now, this man was a police officer until his retirement. The wife, how much does this man have or has per se, where we have all of those senators, ministers, stealing, looting, and no judicial action on them? And these people with sophisticated weapons still chase around average Nigerians. I'm not supporting the man, the ex-police officer, but I'm talking from experience as an average Nigerian. Why not go after these people that are killing us through our phones, through the stealing, through the siphoning, through whatever they feel they can go through just to enrich themselves against the people who voted them in to the Oluwo Ige. People Oluwo the way.
Okay, from my own end here, I have the Vanguard newspaper and at the same time the Nigerian Tribune. I'm going through the Vanguard newspaper for this morning. I have the following headline for the masthead. Brutally frank. Many governors wealthier than their state, and that is according to Clark. NDLA busts drug warehouse in Lagos, recovers 4.8 billion naira. Tinubu appoints Momo as minister designate for Niger Delta. And the bold headline, Niger, ECOWAS rejects junta's 3 years transition plan. Old age poverty to increase as pension coverage stagnates, populate rises. And from the Nigerian Tribune, I have this. Bawa's remain order has expired. Release him. And that is according to Falana telling DSS. Tinubu reshuffles ministers' portfolio as governors take shape. As government takes shape. NDLA intercepts fake $20 million cash on Lokoja Abuja Highway. Morire, coming to look at it, I think it was on the course of the week last week, Edwin Clark, one of the elder statesmen, the former Federal Minister of Information under the Gowon regime, just launched a book, and he titled the book, Brutally Frank. Now, in that book, Edwin Clark was emphasizing on the need for federal government to see how they can revamp and resuscitate the economy. But he made mention of some things that a lot of governors, as a result of not giving accountability to the state allocation, security votes, and the rest of it, has been making themselves wealthier more than even the state. Morire, what is your take on that?
The truth is that Edwin Clark is a celebrated figure in Nigeria, and he has paid his dues, and he has worked well because he was celebrated last week. Then through the launching of the book, which he described as an opener to what Nigerian politicians are and their aims and objectives and everything that so is a desire. He talked about how a politician would come to your community, campaign, canvass, convince you this and this and that. And when they assume office, they tend to loot because that's their aims and objectives. Edwin Clark, so many past head of states and past presidents celebrated him for who he is till then because he's still living. There is no doubt about it. He has said it all. The truth is that if we can take tokens from these politicians prior to election and after election, they tend to go the other way by looting the funds. Why can't we just take ourselves together the way we troop out during election to voting them in and to speak our mind and go against them? But there's one tradition in Nigeria as regards election and politics. There is no how you yarn or you chant or you speak against a public officer that rule of law will speak on him. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dàbí pé ká ní Morire jí 10 naira nísìn Ige àti Ṣẹ́gun tó wà ní behind the camera. Wọ́n gbé mi lọ court pé this, that. And I say, Oluwa mi ò jẹ̀bi ẹ̀sùn yìí. Or I now even tend to say, okay, maybe the following adjournment, I accept the charges against me. But if my crime is bailable, and the judge on the case now say, okay, Morire, you have to pay a 1 naira. Let's say the 1 naira equivalent to 1 million naira. With 2 shorties in like sum. Are you telling me, pé èmi tí mo jí owó tó pọ̀ tó 10 million naira yẹn, mi ní ní àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó ní more than 10 million naira nínú accounts? Even kí má máa san tax déédéé tó lò as penalty for me now in the court of law, I will still have friends whose tax payment is very, very accurate. There's nothing working in Nigeria. Imagine I'm Miami. So much one here.
Okay, let me quickly take you on this before we round off for the day.
Okay.
I have this headline from the Vanguard newspaper. Isese Day. Traditionalists warn Yoruba monarch against sacrilege. Like what's happened in Osun, Morire, what is your take?
And the truth be told that, yes, the declaration which was made by a circular signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Olamide Adeyemo, noted that every August 20th would also be recognized as the day for the celebration of Isese across the state. Truth be told that, yes, 4 Southwest states mark Isese Day, declare Monday holiday. Now, the Oluwo of Iwo in Osun State, I think he stood against the celebration, and the governor of Osun State, who is Ademola Adeleke, is now saying that Oluwo does not have any right to declare that nobody should celebrate Isese Day. So now it's happened to be something like a tussle between the governor and the king, because the king is saying himself that yes, no one can dictate to him as regards his subjects within his domain. But has he forgotten that he's under a state called Osun State? Because same circular was read in Lagos State by Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Gbenga Akosile, on Saturday. Someone said the recognition of the day was to serve as a means of preserving the indigenous Yoruba culture and its heritage. Without culture and heritage, are we saying that Oluwo will come up to become a king? Oluwo is trying to say that yes, he does not belong to any cultural or any indigenous heritage. Now, without his own forefathers who were there before on the throne as the Oluwo, I'm going to say record will surely come to him as a king, or he's going to like remain to be a prince that will never attain the throne. Isese Day is a worldwide celebration. Cuba joined, Brazil joined, Haiti joined, and Nigeria too joined. So it is an international celebration, not just for a state particular or for a domain. So now it's a tussle which is ongoing in Osun State, and likely we are going to elaborate that misunderstanding or that fight of authority between Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke and the Oba Abdulrasheed. What was the second name again? Maybe we can just think about the name, but the name is the one I know very for sure is Abdulrasheed Oluwo of Iwo, saying that yes, no celebration should come under him. But I think I have a story right here. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke on Saturday said his approval of Monday as a public holiday in the state was to promote oneness, unity, and religious harmony among diverse religions in the state. And the governor, in a statement through the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolakwa Alimi, added finally, Mr. Governor was congratulating all traditional religion worshippers and wishing them happy celebrations on the occasion. Also wishes to implore them to make the occasion not only peaceful and fun-filled, but an opportunity to pray for the government and good people of Osun State. Because in another related development, the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, while declaring Monday as a work-free day to commemorate the Isese Day in the state, in a statement on Saturday by his Chief Press Secretary, Lekon Adeniran, commended the existing harmony among the adherents of all religions in the states. This is how far.
Away from that, and let us look at this. On the course of last week, there was a kind of a rowdy section in the National Assembly in Abuja before the designates portfolio to every ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as a result of that, on the course of this week, that rowdy section led to the move by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to reshuffle some ministers' position, taking them from one portfolio to the other. Now, before then, a lot of people from the South House were clamoring that, okay, President, just make sure you appoint somebody from our area here to be the minister for states or for Niger Delta and the rest of it. But now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has deemed it fit to appoint someone from that area in person of Abubakar Momo as the minister designate for Niger Delta. Is it right for the Nigerian citizenry to dictate to the president to appoint the person, or do we say it's something that is biased in making sure that you appoint somebody from a particular region since it is their region? What is your take on this?
Truth about that matter is that these Niger Delta guys are the ones, the source where we get our fuel from. If you now bring on someone who does not possess any idea or knowledge of what the South is, particularly Niger Delta, the person may not achieve his or her aims. But if the person is appointed to the area and the person is possessed with full 100% knowledge about what Niger Delta is all about, definitely we will surely have a change, achievement, success as regards the refineries from the South in Nigeria, including Niger Delta, and the young boys and young ladies in Niger Delta. We have known them since the days of late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua till the dates of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and till the days of Muhammadu Buhari before Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the Nigerian president right now. Now, the best bet is picking a son with qualified criteria that fits in. Would your cap fit? Let them wear it. Song from late Bob Marley. Tí o bá mọ ìlú mi, o lè rìn bó bá ṣe wù ẹ́. These guys, they've shown themselves by not speaking or doing anything against whoever is on their land. So a son from the land will surely be a patriotic son to work assiduous decisions by to reason with their brains, not their feet. How can a Nigerian senator be any more than some presidents cut across the country? Cut across the world. What are they representing? Are you telling me they've not been wearing clothes before assuming those offices, those positions, and they still give them wardrobe allowances, newspaper allowances, traveling allowances, vehicle allowances? They change their vehicles like 3 months after 3 months. What has been their goodwill to the populace?
Now, we also have some other ministers that were also redeployed. Like Oyetola was now redeployed to Marine and Blue Economy. Tunji Ojo is now Minister for Interior. Then Sadiku Akali to take charge of Ministry of Transportation. And just like you said, but the only thing I think, I hope and I pray for is that I want to enjoin President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make sure that he work assiduously to put the right peg in the right hole. Now let's quickly look at this one before coming to your end to see some of the headline we also have. Bawa, the former chairman of EFCC. Here, Barrister Femi Falana is saying that, okay, Bawa's remand order has expired, that the DSS should let him go. They should let off the hook on Bawas. Now, look at it. Despite all the allegations and the atrocity, according to the report that Bawa, the former EFCC chairman, committed while in office, and in connection with some of the things you said, that, okay, when we look at the issue of the senators and things like that, what they are doing, is it really right? What is your take on the call for Bawa's release?
I will support that they should remain there. After investigation, they can be released.
Okay, do we have anyone from your own end there?
Yes, I'm having something concerning the ministers. Kaura commends Tinubu for appointing Matawali as State Minister of Defense. This is a very shameful appointment. Matawali was the Zamfara State Governor before the Lawa, who is now the present State Governor. During the challenges faced by his people in Zamfara State, what did he achieve in securing lives and property of his people? Now you are appointing someone as Matawali, Bello Matawali, as a State Minister for Defense. Matawali as State Minister of Defense. When your house kept on leaking as a governor, what are his scorecards against banditry, ISIS, Boko Haram, kidnapping, Onungome, whatever the thing is, herdsmen issue with farmers? What did he achieve?
But Mori, let's not forget that this same Matawali too had issues with Bawa while he was in office.
I am going there.
Okay.
Bawa claimed, Abdurrashid Bawa, suspended EFCC chairman, claimed that Matawali was begging him with 2 billion naira.
Yes.
Now, Abdurrashid Bawa came out to say, if Matawali is having any evidence against him, let him come forward to provide the evidence, and he speaks about it. Again, another faction claims that Matawali was muted all through. And right now, Abdurrashid Bawa is suspended from being the EFCC head of boss and as the DSS right now. Nobody is talking about this issue between Bello Matawali and Abdurrashid Bawa. If truly this transaction ever happened, they have swept everything under the rug into your non-Nigeria. Something came out like a survey from from the Asian parts, if I'm not wrong, I think Dubai.
Okay.
Some years ago, during the reign of Obasanjo as the president of Nigeria, after Ijobalabala, they came to Nigeria to seek for monetary support. Obasanjo told them that, okay, even if we grant you your request, what will be the benefits and percentage? That your dried land, desert land. They went back to their country. They sat together, put heads together, technologically wise, with good orientation. Now, any big man that never traveled to Dubai is just wasting these old times. Is Dubai not better off than Nigeria now? Is Dubai not able to equip Nigeria technologically? Is Dubai not able to fit Nigeria with mass experiences when it comes to development? Why is Dubai ranked top in the world and Nigeria is still ranked as a developing country? As Nigeria alone. I'm not condemning anybody, but you should look at Nigeria the way we have bad leaders, corrupt leaders, looters. We have managers, not leaders. I rest my case.
Okay. And from that, Mori, I think I'll be taking you to the foreign scene. But before we go to that, in case you are just joining us for the first time, this is BGI TV Current. You can like us, you subscribe on our channel. Then for your response or reaction to all the robust discussion that we have been discussing in the house, you can put the comment on the comment section. Now, Mori, in connection to what you just said, let's take a look at this, the issue in the Niger Republic. Now, the ECOWAS has just rejected the junta's 3-year transition plan. And the military in Niger are planning to take over for 3 years in order for them to see how they can sanitize the country. But my question is, if you think the Niger military doesn't have any ulterior motive, and they add about the step taken by the ECOWAS military in connection to their reaction. As of last week, we got the report that the Niger military are sending their families, packing, taking them out of the country to places like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Dubai. should in case there is any war in the land. Now, what will be the hope of the masses in the country? Just like what you said, we can easily relate that to our country or to Africa as a whole. What is the leader in Africa thinking about their masses in their various countries? Morire, your response to that?
Until we have good leadership from our leaders and head of state and president, before Africa can sleep with two eyes closed.
Then in response to the 3 years rejection, what is your take on that?
Now, there is no war, or let me say, we cannot use war against war to have a succor until we sit on the round table talk to making sure that yes, we talk together, we'll reach agreement to stop the war coming up or happening or we're experiencing. And actually the juntas have been taking their wives and kids outside the country. They already have the idea of what could happen if ECOWAS eventually storm Niger. Secondly, it is now showing the true reasoning and senses that the juntas, fine, they are tired of the corruption from the presidency, but the way they took over the power, not everyone in Niger appreciated their action. So to say, many will surely come out and talk. And as regards that story that says they are taking their wives and kids out of the country,
Exactly.
we only read it. Has there been any public broadcast by the junta's leader that yes, they are taking their families out of the country? No matter the civil rule in the country, military is never an option.
Military is never an option. Morire, I quickly want to take you through this headline from the Vanguard newspaper. NDLA bust drug warehouse in Lagos. Recover 4.8 billion naira worth of Aploid. Now, we have this. Operative of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA, on Saturday, 19th August, recovered multi-billion naira worth of illicit drug at a warehouse stocked in the midst of popular international trade fair complex, Alaba, Ojo area of Lagos. Spokesman of NDLA, Femi Babafemi, said that recovered from the warehouse owned by a wanted billionaire drug baron were 1.4 million pills of tramadol, 225 milligram weighing 826 kilogram, 3.2 million pills of codeine with gross weight gram. Morire, your take on the issue of this drug?
Let the NDLA keep fighting against illicit drugs in the country and society. Then we can have a peaceful society out of drug.
Do we have any other headline from your own?
Yes, I'm having sports story, and the sports story is coming from the Punch newspaper. CAF Champions League, Yimba suffered narrow defeat in Benghazi. Nigerian champions, the Yimba FC, on Sunday suffered a 4-3 loss at Libyan side Al Ahly Benghazi in the 2023-2024 CAF Champions League preliminary round first leg clash. I hope they come back home and play the second round match and by winning convincingly. And going on to the next story again, Remo Star Sport Club also suffered a 1-0 defeat to Ghanaian side Mediame FC on Sunday afternoon. Their return leg is coming under a week. And also I have another bitter story from the Budapest happening live, where we have some of the Nigerian athletes trying to do their best, but unfortunately they are not on the podium by missing out because Brumen misses long jump podium finish. And also we have Verona interested in Aribo, and also 10-man Rees less West Ham sink Chelsea at their own side. FIFA Women's World Cup award winners, we got to see that Spain beats England 1-0 to win 2023 Women's World Cup. And from this side, I'd like to say a big thank you for joining us on the program today. Meet us tomorrow for a wonderful drive, as I will be using different languages: Yoruba new, Hausa new, Igbo new, and English. Ebo, Gesi. Gesi now, no, in English, you know what I'm saying? Have a wonderful time. My name is Morire. Very lawa.
And once again, I want to thank all our viewers for the program for today. My name remains Ige Olalekon. If you enjoyed this robust discussion for this edition, kindly join us for tomorrow's edition. Have a lovely day. I say bye.